tank. You can see the water overflowing there. Goes down to the filter. That's going to the inlet. That's going to go over the rock feature. This part down here, that's the bubbler for the sand. It will hopefully make the spring look in the sand.
Yeah.
Let's water into the under the sand. So, yeah. And over here, there's a little pump that's going to be hooked up at the side. It's going to use. It's going to set up the flow. Down here, we have our filter. The water comes out of here and out of the back of the tank and flows down here. This is the control valve here and here for the filter, for the inlets. Hey, don't splash, buddy. This here's the siphon drain to clean the bottom of the tank out, and it also tells us the height of water in the tank. See that? So it'll tell us how high the water is in here. And that's it. Here's the tank. Inlet water. Dwarf Anubis, or Anubis nana, Anubis berberry. I don't know what that one was called. Got some down there. I've got some ghost shrimp just to test it out. There's some flow in the tank from that dark spot up in there. It's got a little pump in it to push this water out. It's got the sand bubbler in the bottom right there. I'll turn it on. Bubbles like a spring if I want to turn it on. There's a filter intake there. Top comes off so I can clean it. And I don't know where the ghost shrimp went. They're in there somewhere. But I've also got background lighting, which I can do. I'll shut this light off. A couple different colors on the upper light. I'll shut that off and get background through the rocks if I want to do that. Not sure whether I like it. We'll call this a 3-month update on this tank, and so far, I'm incredibly happy. It's really good. I'm really happy with it. It's got a couple little issues with construction. This door won't quite shut. It'll go closed, but it won't stay closed. It just pops back open again. So I need to put a catch on that. Not a big issue. And then the little pump that I put in there that makes the water flow around. It's underneath this rock here. It burned out, and I can't get in there to replace it. It's got a little bit of salt built up on the rocks here for the inlet, and on the tips of the wood there. And then this, my dwarf gourami here, he spits on the side of the tank. You can see the little runnels coming down. Spits on the side of the tank. They did rip up the plant that I had in the corner down here. It just wouldn't stay in. I kept replacing it, and they kept ripping it up, so I gave up. There are a couple of chunks of it up here in the top corner floating around still. I'm just trying to keep it alive in case I want to replant it. This plant's doing really well. They chew the leaves off once in a while, but for the most part it's doing good. This Anubis here, the older leaves are starting to brown out. I'm probably just going to go clip them off. And then the Anubis nana in the back there, I've already pruned it and it's done really well. I've got a coolie loach in there. I've got 3 cherry barbs I just put in to see if I can bring the stocking up just a little bit and give it a little more life. So there's the 3 cherry barbs, and they're doing good. They've been in a couple days. We've got my dwarf gourami, who's really happy and fat, and this female palladi back here is just hugely fat. I think she looks pregnant, but she's not. It's been 3 months and she hasn't had any babies, so I'm assuming she's not pregnant. And then my pleco is down there under this rock. He always hides under that rock right there. You can see right there. He's really well camouflaged. You hardly see him, and I should have got an albino one so you could actually see him. But he keeps the tank nice and clean. It doesn't really grow enough algae for him even. It does so well, so I have to give him algae pellets. And there's a coolie loach still in there. He hides in the rocks. But the filter system is working really well. You can see the filter in here. It's working really well. See the tank temperature there, about 76 degrees. And overall, I'm really happy with it. It just runs really well. Doesn't take any work. Only change out about a gallon a week or so. Every 2 weeks I probably change out a gallon. That's about it.